What is going on, guys? I am Jahova, and I had something I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Basically, well, you probably got a pretty good idea from the title of this video, Rip Skins. So if you guys have been following my channel in the last few months, I've been really heavy into the skins. I've been collecting skins, purchasing skins, unboxing cases on CS, doing monthly case openings, all that good stuff, trading with people, doing trade ups, all that kind of stuff. And recently my Steam account was compromised, and basically they got access to my account. And once they did that, they were able to, and more than likely that came from some sort of like a malware, some sort of a virus on my computer from something that I clicked. Being a YouTuber, streamer, whatever, I have like, I don't even know. I think I have like 500,000 something followers on Twitter, all that stuff. I'm linked things all day, every day. Pictures, all that kind of stuff, and if I click on one wrong thing, I can find myself in a bit of trouble. So what had happened was, essentially I clicked something that I shouldn't have, somewhere, somehow, and there's some sort of infection on my computer. They got access to my Steam account, and from what I can tell, it's nothing else. They don't have access to like my computer, my emails, anything else. Just my Steam account. And so what happened was I was laying in bed with the old wifey and the kids, and at some point, just during my time off watching TV with my family or whatever, somebody was in my account, and what they did was they disabled trade confirmations. So normally with any skins, any trades that you do on Steam, you're required to whenever you send a trade offer to someone, so say I try to send a knife to somebody, that I will get an email to my account and it'll say, hey, are you sure you want to trade this item with this person, with this in exchange or with nothing in exchange? It's basically a fail-safe. So then I can log into my email, I can confirm or deny that trade offer. So what happened was they have access to my account. They got into my Steam and they disabled the feature that sends the confirmation email after the trade offer is made. The problem with this being that there is no confirmation in that system. There is no two-step process. Whenever I got done hanging out with the family or whatever, I went down to work. Whatever happened, I checked my inventory and realized things were missing. I checked my email associated with my Steam account, and I, sure enough, have an email that says, you have successfully opted out of trade confirmations. And that's all it says. It doesn't say, are you sure you would like to opt out of trade confirmations, blah, blah, blah. It just says, congratulations, you've opted out of trade confirmations. It's as simple as clicking one option within Steam and saving changes, and that's it. That's done. After they did that, they proceeded to gift about 23 knives, an M4 Howl. I had like 3 Hyper Beasts, a fucking Dragon Lore, just my entire inventory, which was somewhere in digital currency value close to $10,000 in skins. And the problem with that being, like, don't get me wrong, I've spent a ton of money opening cases, and, buying skins, trading for skins, doing trade ups, all that kind of stuff. I have spent a ton of money, thousands of dollars. So some of that inventory was kind of, equaling that out, I guess. Money spent, I had value within my inventory, and that bothers me, don't get me wrong, but the skins that weren't even necessarily mine, I had a lot of people, like the Dragon Lore that I had. It was a field tested Dragon Lore that a guy gave me He's like, hey, I'm not going to be playing CS anymore. You can essentially borrow this from me or whatever. I don't know if he ever would have wanted it back, asked for it back, whatever. But if he would have, I would have given it back, obviously. It's not my Dragon lore. I was just using it. It was another guy's. So it pisses me off even more that I had a whole shit ton of inventory that was given to me by fans or people that were quitting CS or whatever, that were like, hey man, I used this for a long time, passing it on to you, whatever. So that really, really sucks. I feel absolutely terrible for the skins that weren't even mine, that were in my account, that were taken. And a lot of those skins, like I said, I had over 20 knives, and all but like a few of those were the ones that I wanted for myself. I was going to give them all away. I've already given away probably a dozen knives and Hyper Beast M4s and just all kinds of shit. I've given away a shit ton of skins during live streams and everything. And 90% of everything that I had was planned on being given back to my viewers. So it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks a lot. Not to mention, I had bought I had like 140 keys that I had purchased literally like 2 days before everything got stolen, and I purchased those keys for the for the next case opening that I was going to do. So that was kind of a raw deal. Not only was it skins, but I had just purchased keys and everything. So yeah. So anyways, so whenever this happens, Steam's policy is basically we will not give back any items. Period, right? But if you open a Steam support ticket and tell them what happened, eventually they email you back and they say, okay, well, we'll refund everything on this one-time basis, and here's how to secure your account, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I did. I opened a support ticket. I explained the situation. I gave screenshots of all the trades that the dude that took all my shit. And I supported that ticket. And while I was at Joel's, this was all happening like while Joel's wedding was going on. So we went on the trip to Michigan to Joel's wedding. And I think the second night I was there, I got an email back from Steam, and it said, hey, as a one-time, whatever, customer satisfaction, blah, 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 we're gonna reverse all the trades and all the marketplace transactions that might have happened with your skins. And, here's some helpful pointers on how to secure your account. And that was it. And then I had all my stuff back while I was at Joel's wedding. And shortly after I got home, so first of all, I ran all the antivirus software, malware stuff on my computer that I could. I removed everything that was questionable. I changed my Steam password and my personal information. I even changed my email passwords just in case, even though, like I said, whenever you disable the trade confirmation email, there is no two-step verification, which doesn't make any sense. But I changed everything and I removed everything from my computer. I thought I was good. Shortly after I got back from Joel's, it happened again. Everything gone. So I immediately opened another support ticket with Steam. Like, hey, it happened again. And I've basically just been trying to plead my case with Steam, and, because after I got the stuff back the first time, I immediately sent back and I was like, look, like, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a streamer, I have a very valuable inventory, and more than likely I'm going to be targeted again, and I want to make sure that this isn't going to ever happen again. Is there any way that we can just disable the feature to be able to turn off trade confirmations? I was like, there's no reason that I'll ever want trade confirmations off. I don't know why any user of Steam would want trade confirmations off. That doesn't make any sense to me, why that would even be a thing. And if it is going to be a thing, why wouldn't you have to confirm that via email or some sort of a second step? Because obviously, they wouldn't have had it. None of it would have happened if I would have had to have confirmed that via email. All my skins would still be in my inventory. So basically Steam, I sent them a second support ticket saying, hey, it happened again. Like, let's work this out. Like, whatever I got to do, I don't know, help me out, basically, and they basically sent me a message back and said, the security of your account is your own problem, and we're not going to refund anything. So it's kind of a big slap in the face, a big fuck you. And I tried to explain to them, and I'm trying to remain civil. I'm not trying to attack Steam here or anything, but at the same time, it is kind of a raw deal for me. I mean, it really is. I tried to explain to them, look, I've spent thousands of dollars opening cases and buying skins and et cetera, on your marketplace. And furthermore, I'm not just using your marketplace and spending that much money, I'm also promoting it. And I hate to, I'm not trying to say that because I'm a YouTuber or I'm a streamer, I deserve special privileges or anything like that. But the facts are what the facts are, that whenever I do those case opening streams once, twice a month, and each time I have over 10,000 people watching me, purchase keys and cases and open these keys and cases, I'm promoting the Steam marketplace for them, and it's just kind of a raw deal. I was trying to make, without being a dick about it, I was like, look, like, I'm I do this for a living. This is what I do, and I'm promoting your all's marketplace, and you guys are telling me that I'm shit out of luck and I can't have any of my stuff back. It's kind of a raw deal. To where when you know that technically behind the scenes, it's literally, I don't know if it's one press of a button or whatever it is, but the fact that they refunded the stuff once means that they can refund it again. I understand their policy is what their policy is, but the security of my system is my responsibility, no doubt, 100%. But it's also the security of Steam. It's also their responsibility. It was exploits within their software. It's their security flaws that also contributed to it. It's not just my fault. I thought my account was good. I thought wrong. I thought I had cleared everything up, and I guess it wasn't. And it kind of sucks because there's no way to I can't just check. There's no way for me to check and make sure okay, my Steam's 100% good. I don't know. I changed everything I could, and then after it happened again, I bought $150 antivirus software and installed that and ran it and removed even more malicious programs and stuff. So hopefully, I'm hoping on that second scan and everything I've gotten everything. But yeah, so basically this video is just to kind of tell you guys what happened, but not only that, to kind of as a last ditch effort. I'm hoping that maybe somebody at Steam support will see this. I tried mentioning them on Twitter. That doesn't work. They tweet from that account once a month maybe. The guy that I am talking to in my Steam support ticket is very, I'll send back a one-page reply of hey man, look, this is what's going on, please, can we work this out, whatever, and he sends back basically, no, sorry, you're shit out of luck each time. So it's super frustrating. So I'm going to mention Steam support in the title of this video, and if you have your YouTube account linked to your Twitter account, everybody who likes this video, it will mention it to Steam support. So I'm hoping somebody at Steam support watches this, and maybe it's some sort of a verification of who I am, because basically the idea of making this video kind of came from Anomaly. He recently got trade banned on one of his accounts, so everything on his account was locked. He couldn't do anything with it. It was stuck, and it was basically useless after your trade ban. But he got trade banned because he's a streamer and a YouTuber, and everybody was just false flagging his account or whatever for being a trade scammer. And he could not get Steam to budge on reversing the trade ban until he made a video, and it ended up on Reddit, and everybody kind of, whatever happened, Steam got, they got somebody's attention at that point, and the trade ban was lifted. So that was awesome for Anomaly. I was really happy to hear about that. So yeah, that's kind of the idea of this video. I can probably make a click to tweet too. I'll make maybe a click to tweet and put that in the description. If you guys want to click that, it will mention Steam support this video, and hopefully someone will watch. And maybe there's a way that we can get all these skins back, not just for me, but like I said, a lot of these skins were for you guys, the viewers, and I feel really fucking bad about it. And furthermore, I don't know. How I don't know if I'll keep doing case openings after this if I can't get my skins back, because, and I don't know how much I can recommend anyone else doing anything on the Steam marketplace. If your account's compromised and they're going to be this kind of shady and shifty on how you get your skins back, I don't understand. And furthermore, if anything, this video, a second purpose of this could be, why the fuck, please, for the love of God, Steam, add a verification step to turning off trade confirmations. That way, whenever people get their Steam accounts hacked, even whenever that person tries to disable trade confirmations via Steam, as long as that person doesn't have access to the person's email, it will not matter. If you do searching on the internet, there's all kinds of cases of this where people get their accounts compromised and they get their skins stolen. You have to be super careful with clicking links in like people's Steam bios and stuff like that. So if you're into skins and everything, don't ever click anything from anyone. And you know, in my case, I can't click anything ever. But if you're in the skins trading or cases or anything like that, just be super careful with everybody. And just know that this stuff can happen. You can get your stuff back once, but then if it happens again, it seems like you're completely fucked, which I don't know if I understand, because the simple solution, like I said, would be to add a second step verification for trade, for turning off trade confirmations. But we'll see. So yeah, long story short, skins got jacked, skins got redeemed. Happy Jahova. Shortly after, skins got jacked again. And now Steam's telling me basically to fuck off. So, like I said, I'm not saying that I deserve all the privileges in the world or I'm some sort of super special person, because I don't consider myself that at all. I just play games and I put videos up on the internet and sometimes I stream it live to some people. But it's kind of a raw deal whenever I'm essentially promoting the fucking service that's fucking me over right now. And you know, like I said, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and to just kind of have a support team be like, yep, sorry about your inventory, you know, better luck next time. I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous scenario. So like I said, if you give the video a like, it'll mention Steam support. Also, you can click to tweet. I don't know if you can open a Steam support ticket in behalf of other people, but if that's an option and you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, do not be out of line. Do not go mention Steam support and say, fuck you, give Jahova skins back. That's not the objective of this video. I'm not trying to start some fucking mob-like scenario. I don't want like a riot. If you guys want to try to help in a civil manner, if you want to mention Steam support and try to say, you know, try to reason with them or get them to give attention to the video, whatever, that's fine. But do not, like I said, do not be malicious or negative, or, you know, just be mature about it. So anyways, guys, I think I've pretty much covered everything. I do want to say that so even like that, I was giving away that knife for Skin Arena, the fucking M9 Tiger Tooth Factory New for Skin Arena, and that was one, you know, that was in the inventory. It's gone. So that sucks, because I was doing a giveaway with that knife. I do have a replacement knife for that, and I'm probably going to be picking the winner today. It's a factory new M9 bayonet fade, because we could not find another Tiger Tooth, unfortunately, but I'll be picking the winner for that today and be getting that out to someone. But yeah, I think that's about it. I love you guys. I'm sorry. It sucks, because I feel like I shouldn't be in the position where I'm telling you guys sorry, but I feel terrible, even though I feel like, you know, Steam could just make it all better if they really wanted to. Because those guys made out like bandits, whoever did it. Like, what are they? So what do they get, a slap on the wrist, or are they sitting there? Did they make, you know, $9 grand off selling and trading my shit? And they're just gonna, like, I don't know how we're gonna let people get away with that. And I don't know, whatever. I'm ranting now. I love you guys. I'm sorry. Hashtag ripskins. Click to tweet in the description. Leave a like on this video if you want to try to help. We'll hope for the best, guys. I will let you know if there are any updates. Thank you very much. I love you, and goodbye.